No one expected them to come in peace. The human outpost on the edge of space was quiet, too quiet. Stars burned softly in the dark sky, and Earth's blue glow shined far away. Soldiers stood at their posts, bored but alert. Scientists worked inside glass rooms, watching data screens. It was a normal day. Then the alarms screamed. Red lights flashed everywhere. Unknown ships entering range. A voice shouted. On the main screen, huge shapes appeared. Massive ships. Long, sharp, covered in dark metal. They moved slowly, like predators that knew they did not need to rush. Everyone knew who they were. The Carnify, a powerful alien species. Tall, strong, built like wolves that walked on two legs. Thick fur covered their bodies. Their glowing eyes were cold and sharp. Across the galaxy, their name meant one thing: war. Humans reached for weapons. Fighters launched into space. Defense guns powered up. Battle stations. The commander ordered. The last time humans saw the Canine, millions died on both sides. No one believed they would return without blood. But something was wrong. The Canine ships stopped. They did not attack. They did not raise shields. Instead, one small ship moved forward alone. Commander, a technician said, confused. They are requesting communication. The room went silent. A request to talk? That had never happened before. The commander narrowed his eyes. Put them on. Screen. The screen flickered. Then the image appeared. A Carnify stood there, taller than any human. Broad shoulders. Thick silver fur marked with black lines. Old battle scars crossed his face. His eyes glowed amber, not angry, but serious. He did not snarl. He did not threaten. He bowed his head slightly. I am Varrock of the Northern Pack, he said. His voice was deep and calm. I asked to speak to humanity. The humans were stunned. The Carnify did not bow, ever. The commander slowly stood. You are speaking. Varrock looked straight into the camera. You should prepare, human, he said. Every soldier TENSED. Weapons powered. Higher. This was it. Then Varrock finished his sentence. We are having puppies. Silence. Pure silence. No one moved. No one spoke. A scientist whispered. Did he say puppies? The commander stared at the screen. Explain. Varrock did not seem insulted. Instead, his ears lowered slightly, a sign of respect. Species is expecting new life, Varrock said. Many lives, soon. The humans did not understand. Why come here for this? Why tell them? One officer laughed nervously. Is this a joke? Varrock's eyes hardened. The Carnify do not joke about children. That shut everyone up. Varrock stepped closer to the camera. We did not come to threaten you. We did not come to fight. We came because we remember. The screen changed. Images appeared. Old battle footage. A burning planet. Carnify cities destroyed. Small Carnify. Children trapped under metal and fire. Then another image. Humans. Human soldiers pulling Carnify young from rubble. Human medics. Wrapping bandages around alien limbs. Human. Ships shielding evacuation transports. Taking fire meant for the Carnify. The room grew heavy. Many humans recognized those images. They were from a war. Humans barely survived. Varrock spoke again. During the Great Collapse, our future was dying. Our children were hunted. Our enemies wanted our bloodline erased. He paused. You had no reason to help us. The commander said quietly, it was the right thing. Varrock's ears twitched. In Carnify law, he said, those who protect our young become pack. A murmur spread through the room. Pack? That bond is not given lightly, Varrock continued. It is stronger than treaties, stronger than blood. He looked directly at the humans. You are pack. The words hit harder than any weapon. But now, Varrock said, his voice darker, the galaxy moves again. Our enemies have learned of our new generation. The lights dimmed. "They will come for our puppies," Varrock said. "To end us forever." The commander took a slow breath. "And you came to us. Why?" Varrock did not answer immediately. Instead, he said something that made every human in the room feel a chill. "Because when predators come for children," he said, "only family stands between them and death." He bowed his head again. "We are asking if humanity still remembers us." The screen went dark. The Carnathy ships remained still. Waiting. The commander looked around the room. Soldiers, scientists, humans. No one spoke, but everyone understood. One thing. This was not the start of a war. This was the start of something far more dangerous. And far more powerful. Family. The Carnathy ship stayed silent. Hours passed, but no one slept. Inside the human outpost, leaders argued, scientists whispered, and soldiers watched the dark stars. The words of Varrock still echoed in every mind. "You are pack." That single sentence changed everything. Commander Hale stood near the large window, staring into space. He had fought the Carnathy before. He had seen friends die to their claws and weapons. And yet, he also remembered something else. Mercy. A young officer approached him. "Sir, why us? Why would they trust humans?" Hale did not answer right away. Instead, far across space, on a cold Carnathy world, a memory was unfolding. Years ago, during the Great Collapse, the Carnathy homeworld was burning. Cities of stone and steel fell under enemy fire. The sky was red with smoke. Sirens howled as buildings collapsed. The Carnathy were strong warriors, but strength meant nothing against endless fleets. Deep underground, in a broken shelter, a group of Carnathy mothers hid their young, small bodies. Soft fur, wide glowing eyes filled with fear, the pups whimpered. One mother held her child close. "Be silent," she whispered. "The hunters are near." Explosions shook the ground. Then the ceiling broke. Enemy soldiers dropped inside. The mothers prepared to die. But the soldiers who entered were not the enemy. They were humans. Their armor was cracked, their faces tired. Blood ran down one man's arm. They looked shocked when they saw the Carnathy children. Weapons lowered. One human removed his helmet. His eyes were scared, but gentle. "We found kids," he said into his radio. "Alien kids." Silence answered him. Then a voice replied, "Get them out, all of them." The human turned to the Carnathy mother. He did not understand her words, but he slowly knelt and placed his weapon on the ground. "No hurt," he said softly. The mother did not trust him, but when another explosion hit, the shelter began to collapse. Stones fell. Fire spread. The human reached out, not to fight, but to carry. He lifted a Carnathy pup and wrapped it inside his own jacket. Other humans did the same. They shielded the children with their bodies as they ran. One human was hit. He fell. Still, he did not drop the pup. Outside, human ships waited. Human pilots took fire meant for evacuation transports. Human medics treated alien wounds without asking names or ranks. That day, many humans died. That day, Carnathy children lived. Back in the present, Varrock stood alone inside his command chamber. Before him, a large stone wall showed carved symbols. Ancient Carnathy law. At the center was the symbol of pack bond, a bond given only once in a generation. Varrock placed his claw on the stone. "Our people argued," he said to his council. "Some said humans are weak, some said humans are dangerous." His ears lowered, but when death came for our children, humans stood. An elder growled, "They are unpredictable." "Yes," Varrock replied, "so are we." Another elder asked, "Why not hide the puppies? Why tell humans?" Varrock's eyes hardened. "Because the enemy already knows," he said. "And because hiding is not survival." He turned away from the council. "In Carnathy belief," he continued, "those who save our young are no longer outsiders. They are blood. They are pack." The council fell silent. Our enemies will not fear treaties, Varrock said. They will not fear words. He faced the stars, but they fear humans. On the human outpost, Commander Holly finally spoke. Why us? The officer repeated. Holly turned. Because when things went bad, he said, we didn't ask if they were human. He remembered the war reports. The orders ignored. The soldiers who disobeyed commands to save alien children. We chose right over easy, Holly said. A screen lit up. Our OK appeared again. We did not come for your weapons, Varrock said. We came for your nature. Our nature? Holly asked. Varrock nodded slowly. You protect the small, he said. You fight hardest when something helpless stands behind you. The room was silent. Our puppies will change the future, Varrock said. If they live, Holly crossed his arms. And if we say no? Varrock did not threaten. He only answered honestly. Then we will fight alone, he said. And we will likely fall. Holly exhaled. Humans looked at one another. They knew this feeling. This was the moment before history changed. Outside, the stars waited. And somewhere in the dark, enemies were already moving. In the Carnathy culture, puppies were not just children. They were everything on the Carnathy homeworld. Deep inside a mountain carved with ancient symbols, a single chamber glowed with soft blue light. The air was warm and quiet. Inside the chamber, several large Carnathy mothers lay resting. Between them, small shapes moved. Tiny paws, soft fur, closed eyes. The puppies were born. Each small breath they took echoed through the chamber like a promise. Above them, old Carnathy elders watched in silence. Their faces were hard, but their eyes were wet. For a warrior race that feared nothing, this moment was sacred. An elder finally spoke. The future breathes. In Carnathy history, puppies were rare. Their species did not reproduce easily. Every new birth was a miracle. Every puppy carried the memory of the past and the strength of the future. Lose the puppies, and the race would slowly fade. That was why the enemies waited. Far away, in the dark space between stars, another meeting was happening. Cold ships gathered. Without lights. Their commanders watched silent screens showing Carnathy life signs. One figure smiled. So, the voice said, the wolves are growing new teeth. Another replied, then we cut them now. They did not plan a war. They planned an ending. Back on the human outpost, alarms were quiet, but tension was thick. Commander Holly sat in the briefing room with scientists and officers. A large screen showed Carnathy symbols translated into human words. According to their data, a scientist said carefully, these puppies are not normal offspring. Holly looked up. Explain. They grow fast, the scientist continued. Their minds adapt quickly. They remember history as instinct. Each one could become a leader or a general. Another officer frowned. So their weapons? No, the scientist said softly. Their legacy. The screen changed again. Images appeared of ancient Carnathy leaders, great warriors, builders of worlds. All had been puppies once. They don't see puppies as weak, the scientist said. They see them as the future already alive. Holly leaned back. That was when Varrock entered the room. He did not use the screen this time. He came in person. The doors opened slowly as his massive form stepped inside. Human soldiers tensed, but Varrock did not raise his claws. He placed one hand flat against his chest. Respect, he said. Hall stood. You came to explain. Varrock nodded. Our puppies are not hidden, Varrock said. They are announced. Why? Holly asked. That sounds dangerous. It is, Varrock replied. He walked toward the screen and placed a claw against a symbol shaped like a circle. In the galaxy, Varrock said, hiding fear invites hunters. Strength shown invites caution. 1. Officer whispered, that's insane. Varrock turned his head slowly. It is honest. He continued, When our puppies are born, the galaxy watches, Varrock said. Friends bring protection. Enemies reveal themselves. Holly understood then. This is bait, he said. Varrock did not deny it. Yes, he said. And also a test. A test for who? Holly asked. For you, Varrock answered. The room went quiet. Our enemies already move, Varrock said. They will strike soon. They believe humans will stay out of it. And if we do? Holly asked. Varrock's voice dropped. Then our puppies die, he said. And so does our species. Slowly, quietly. The words were not angry, they were final. A young human officer spoke up. Why not move them? Hide them somewhere else? Varrock's ears lowered. We tried hiding once, he said. That is how we almost went extinct. He looked at Holly. Our enemies do not fear warriors, Varrock said. They fear bonds, Holly frowned. Bonds? Varrock nodded. They know. We fight, Varrock said. But they do not understand family. The screen suddenly flashed red dot. A technician shouted. Multiple unknown fleets detected. Long-range scans. Holly stood fast. How long? Days, the technician said. Maybe. Less, Varrock closed his eyes. The hunt has begun, he said. Holly looked at the data. Enemy numbers were high. Too high. This isn't just about your puppies, Holly said slowly. Varrock opened his eyes. No, he agreed. It is about what kind of species you are. Holly crossed his arms. And what do you think we are? Varrock answered without hesitation. You are strange, he said. You fight among yourselves. You break rules. You act before thinking. Then he stepped closer. But when a child cries, Varrock said, you move without fear. The room fell silent. Outside the station, stars burned quietly. Somewhere in the dark, fleets were moving closer, and the galaxy was about to learn something dangerous. Never threaten the future. When humans decided as family. The vote was never planned. No speeches. No long meetings. It happened in silence. Inside the human outpost, alarms were off, but everyone knew time was running out. Enemy fleets were moving. The Carnathy puppies were alive, and the galaxy was watching what humans would do next. Commander Holly stood in the center of the command room. Around him were soldiers, scientists, engineers, and medics. No one wore formal uniforms anymore. This was not politics. This was choice. Varrock stood near the wall, tall and still. He did not speak. He waited. Holly finally broke the silence. We can't win this alone, he said. Everyone here knows that. No one argued. Our ships are strong, Holly continued. But the enemy numbers are larger. This will not be a clean fight. A young engineer raised her hand. Then why are we still talking about it? Holly looked at her. Because, he said, this is not a military question. He turned to Varrock. You didn't come asking for weapons, Holly said. You came asking for something else. Varrock nodded once. Family, he said. The word felt heavy in the room. A medic spoke next. If we help them, they will attack us too. Yes, Holly replied. A soldier added, if we don't help them, they will still attack us later. That was the truth. Holly faced the room. So this is not about safety, he said. It is about who we choose to be. Silence answered. Him. Then something unexpected happened. A civilian scientist stood up. Her hands were shaking. My parents died in the last war, she said. They died saving people they never met. She swallowed hard. If we turn away now, she continued, then they died for nothing. Another voice joined in. I was on that rescue mission, an old pilot said. I carried one of those pups in my arms. It looked at me like I was its whole world. He paused. I won't abandon them now. One by one, voices filled the room, not shouting, not arguing. Agreeing, Holly closed his eyes. The decision was already made. He opened them and turned to Varrock. Humanity will not sign a treaty. Halle said. Via ROK stiffened. We will not ask for payment. Halle continued. Varrok's ears lifted slightly. We will not demand control, Halle said. Varrok stepped forward. Then what do you offer? Varrok asked. Halle answered slowly. A promise. The room grew quiet. When your puppies are threatened, Halle said, we will stand between them and death. Varrok stared at him. Halle continued. No matter the cost. No matter the odds. Varrok searched Hale's face. In Carnathy law, Varrok said carefully, such a promise is blood-binding. I know, Halle replied. Varrok's claws tightened. Breaking it means extinction. Varrok warned. Halle did not look away. Then, we won't break it. For a long moment, nothing happened. Then Varrok did something no Carnathy had ever done in front of outsiders. He knelt. He lowered his massive body and placed his forehead against the floor. Gasps filled the room. This act, Varrok said, voice steady, marks you as pack protectors. He stood. If our puppies fall, Varrok said, we fall with them. If you fall, he paused, we will never forget. Outside the station, engines roared to life. Human ships began to move, not because of orders, because of instinct. Engineers rewrote defense systems. Medics prepared shelters not for soldiers, but for children. Civilians volunteered to evacuate Carnathy families into human zones. A technician ran into the room. Sir, we're picking up enemy transmissions. Halle nodded. Play it. A cold voice filled the room. Withdraw, humans. This is not your war. Halle leaned closer to the screen. It is now, he said. The enemy voice laughed. You will lose everything. Halle smiled, but there was no humor in it. That's fine, he replied. So will you. Varrok watched the humans move fast. Loud, unafraid. They are not afraid of death, Varrok thought. They are afraid of failing family. In the distance, stars dimmed as enemy fleets jumped closer. The promise was made. There was no turning back. And somewhere, far away small, Carnathy puppies slept peacefully, unaware that an entire species had decided to protect them. The first attack did not come with a warning. No message. No threat. It came with silence. Deep space folded in on itself as enemy ships appeared without sound. Dozens became hundreds. Black shapes blocked the stars. Their weapons charged, glowing. Like cold fire. Inside the human outpost, sensors screamed. Enemy fleets confirmed. Multiple vectors. They are surrounding us. Commander Halle did not shout. He only said one word. Protect. That word moved everything. Human ships launched at once. Not in perfect lines, not in clean patterns. They moved fast and messy like living things. Defense guns turned away from the outpost and toward space around it. Not to win. To block. Varrok watched from the command deck. His claws dug into the floor. They do not form a battle line, he growled. Halle answered, calm. They're not guarding space. Varrok looked again. Human ships were spreading out, forming wide arcs. They were placing themselves between the enemy and something behind them. The shelters. Carnathy families. The puppies. The first enemy shot hit a human cruiser. The ship broke apart in fire. Varrok flinched, but the human pilots did not stop. More ships moved forward to fill the gap. They are dying first, Varrok said quietly. Yes, Halle replied. That's the point. Explosions filled space. Light and debris washed over the station's shields. Human fighters dodged and fired, but they did not chase enemies. They stayed close. Always between, on the surface of a nearby moon, inside. A hidden shelter. Carnathy mothers held their puppies close. The ground shook. Dust fell from the ceiling. The puppies whimpered. A human medic knelt beside them. She spoke softly, even though the mothers did not understand the words. It's okay, she said. You're safe. Outside, The shelter doors shook as enemy ground units landed. Metal claws scratched against the walls. The medic's hands trembled, but she stayed. She stood in front of the Carnathy children. The doors exploded inward. Enemy soldiers rushed in, and then stopped, because humans were already there. Soldiers with broken armor, burned faces, empty ammo counters. They raised their bodies, not their guns. "Over our dead bodies," one of them said. The enemy commander laughed. "That can be arranged." The fighting was brutal. Close, loud, personal. Humans fell, but they did not move away. Every step forward by the enemy cost blood. Every second bought time. In space, the enemy realized something was wrong. "These humans fight without retreat," one enemy officer hissed. "They do not protect their command ships. They are protecting life," another replied. That made no sense to them. A massive enemy cannon charged, aiming at the shelter moon. Varric saw it on the screen. "No!" he roared. Holly reacted instantly. "All ships," he ordered. "Intercept." Human ships turned as one. They flew straight at the cannon. Not firing. Ramming. One by one, human ships smashed into the weapon, breaking it apart in fire and metal. None survived. The cannon was destroyed. The shelter lived. Varric's chest shook. "This is madness," he whispered. Holly shook his head. "No." He looked at Varric. "This is family." Hours passed. The enemy fleets took heavy losses. Not because humans were stronger, but because humans would not move. Finally, the enemy pulled back. Silence returned. Smoke drifted in space. Wreckage floated like broken stars. Inside the shelters, the puppies slept. Their small bodies rose and fell unaware. Varric walked into the medical bay later. He saw human medics treating wounded Carnathy without hesitation. He saw soldiers give their water to alien mothers. One Carnathy puppy reached out and grabbed a human finger. The human froze, then smiled. Varric felt something break. Inside him, a truth formed. These creatures were not warriors. They were guardians. Varric turned to Halle. "The galaxy will fear you after this." Varric said. Halle looked tired, broken, human. "They should," he replied. "Because we don't stop." Varric lowered his head. "In our history," he said, "no species has ever fought like this for us." Halle answered softly. "No one ever fights harder," he said, "than a human protecting a child." Outside, enemy fleets vanished into the dark, but the galaxy had already changed. Had seen what happens when humans choose family. The war ended without celebration. No cheers, no victory songs. Only silence. The battlefield was full of broken ships and quiet stars. Human crews worked slowly, pulling survivors from metal ruins. Carnathy warriors helped without being asked. No one spoke much. Loss hung in the air like smoke. Inside the medical bay, humans and Carnathy lay side by side. Wounds did not care about species. A human medic pressed a bandage onto a Carnathy shoulder. Her hands were tired but steady. "Hold still," she said. The Carnathy nodded. "Will quote thank you," he replied, his voice low. Nearby, a Carnathy mother watched her puppies sleep. They were safe, warm, alive. A human blanket covered them. She had never seen humans before this war. Now she would never forget them. Varric walked through the station slowly. His armor was cracked. His fur was burned in places. Yet he stood tall. He stopped in front of a large window and looked at the stars. "They stayed," he said quietly. Commander Halle stood beside him. "They always do," Halle replied. Varric turned his head. "When your ships were destroyed," Varric said, "you did not retreat." Halle shrugged slightly. "We couldn't." "Why?" Varric asked. Halle thought for a moment. "Because someone smaller was behind us," he said. Varric was silent. On the Carnathy homeworld, something ancient was happening. In the great stone hall of Pax, elders gathered. Flames burned low. Symbols of old wars covered the walls. At the center of the hall stood a simple human object, a damaged human helmet. Cracked, burned, still marked with dried blood. Varric placed it on the stone floor. "This was found near our shelters," Varric said. "Its wearer died protecting our young." The elders growled softly. "This is not Carnathy armor," one said. "No," Varric replied. "It is pack armor." Silence filled the hall. Varric continued. "In our law, blood spilled for puppies' binds. Stronger than birth." He lifted his head. "Humans have spilled oceans." The eldest elder stepped forward. "What do you ask?" The elder said. Varric answered without hesitation. "I ask that humans be named pack-kin." A shock passed through the hall. That title had not been given in thousands of years. "They are weak," one elder argued. "They are loud," said another. "They break rules," a third growled. Varric did not deny it. "Yes," he said. "And when our puppies cried, they did not run." The eldest elder looked at the helmet again. Then at Varric. "Bring the humans," the elder said. Back on the human station, Holly was called to the main hall. He walked in alone. The Carnathy elders stood tall around him. He felt small. He felt human. Varric stood beside him. The eldest elder raised a claw. "Human," the elder said. "You protected our future." Holly said nothing. "In our culture," the elder continued, "family is not chosen lightly." He paused, "But once chosen, it is forever." The elder placed his claw against his chest. "From this day," he said, "humanity is pack-kin." A deep sound echoed through the hall. A Carnathy salute. Hollowed. "We didn't do it for titles," he said quietly. Varric nodded. "Double quotes, we know," he replied. That night, something strange happened. Carnathy puppies were brought into the human station openly, not hidden, not guarded. They crawled across metal floors. They grabbed human fingers. They slept on human chests. Humans laughed softly. No fear, only trust. Varric watched one puppy curl against a human child. His voice shook. "Our enemies wanted to end us," he said. Holly smiled faintly. "They failed," he replied. Varric lowered his head. "No," he said. "They made us stronger." Across the galaxy, the news spread fast. Humans and Carnathy were no longer allies. They were pack, and every species listening understood. The warning: you may fight a human, you may even defeat one, but if you touch their family, they will never stop coming. The galaxy changed quietly, not with explosions, not with speeches, but with rules. Years passed after the war. Stars burned the same, planets moved the same, but everyone felt it. Something new existed now. Something dangerous. Humanity had become pack. On a bright Carnathy world, under a wide golden sky, young Carnathy pups ran across open ground. Their legs were clumsy, their barks loud. They chased each other, rolled in the dust, and laughed in their own way. Watching them were warriors. Watching them were elders. Watching them were humans. Some wore old uniforms. Some wore simple clothes. One human sat on the ground, letting a puppy chew on his glove. He laughed and gently pulled it away. "Easy there, buddy," he said. The puppy only wagged its tail. Varric stood nearby. Older now, his fur had gray streaks. Scars marked his body, but his posture was proud. He watched the humans and the pups together. "This was never supposed to happen," he said softly. Commander Holly stood beside him. He walked with a slight limp now. War had taken its price. "No," Holly replied, "but it feels right." The puppies grew fast. Very fast. By their third year, they spoke clearly. By their fifth, they trained with warriors. But they were different. From past generations, they asked questions. They asked about humans. "Why are they here?" One young Carnathy asked. Varric answered honestly. "Because they chose us," he said. "And we chose them," the pup replied. "Yes. Varrock thought we did far away, in the halls of other species. Fear spread. Galactic councils whispered, they protect alien young like their own. One leader said, they ram ships instead of retreating. Said another, they do not fear death. A third growled. An old diplomat spoke carefully. No, he said. They fear something worse. What? Asked the others. Failing. Family. That word ended the meeting. Across known space, a rule formed without being written. Never threaten a child under human protection. Some ignored it. They did not exist for long. On a distant border world, pirates once captured a carnify. Youth. They thought humans would negotiate. They were wrong. Human ships arrived within hours. No warnings. No talks. The pirates surrendered before the humans even fired. The youth returned home unharmed. After that, no one tried again. Back on Earth, a monument was built. It did not show guns. It did not show ships. It showed a human soldier kneeling, shielding a small alien child with their body. Below it were simple words. Pack is chosen. Holly stood there one day, older now. A carnify youngling stood beside him. Why did you help us? The youngling asked. Holly smiled. Because someone once helped us. He said, that is not logical, the youngling replied. Holly laughed. Softly, no, it's human. The young carnify thought about that. I like human, he said. Years later, that same carnify would stand before the galaxy as a leader, and beside him would stand a human. Not as guard, not as master. As family. Varrock watched the sun set over the carnify plains. Puppies rested near humans. Humans rested near carnify. Peace felt real. We are stronger now, Varrock said. Holly shook his head. No, Varrock looked at him. We are something better. Holly continued. Varrock understood. Across the galaxy, enemies remembered the lesson. Humans were not the strongest, not the fastest, not the most advanced. But when humans decided something was family, they became unstoppable. And the galaxy would remember this truth for generations. They thought humans were alone. They were wrong. Humans always have a pack.